Is that you?
Why, yes, it is. What's going on, PUBG fans? How's it going? My name is Pubg, and welcome back to another episode of PUBG Mobile.
Dog, you gotta say hi if it's you.
All right, man, it is me. It's Pubg. What's up, dude?
Oh, that's awesome.
Indeed. Well, hey, today we are gathered here together to get a few tips on marking. I'm going to drop some knowledge on you.
I just got in a game with you, and you were actually the first person that I met, and you killed me.
Well, unfortunate for you, my friend, but we are going to go ahead and mark our landing spot. But unfortunately, there's a guy talking to us in the plane.
Yeah, bro.
And we're going to miss our drop. So we're going to go ahead and remark. And guys, when you mark on the map, it gives you an indicator exactly where you're going. Try to jump out of the plane around 750 to 800 meters away from the plane and drop down at a straight down angle by holding around 10 o'clock on the joystick. It'll get you that nice little slice through the air. You'll be down before you know it. Now, our next tip is to basically keep track of the safe zone heading by using the marking feature once again. Now, we've just dropped into the quarry here, and unfortunately, we've stumbled across a couple of squads in solo versus squads, and, well, myself and my QBU will have to deal with them. But as we're running around trying to clear the area of enemies, the zone is going to be developing, and it takes a few seconds for that first circle to hit the map, but once it does, you're going to have a pretty good idea of which direction the zone is going to push over the course of the game. Now, this is something that you definitely want to keep track of, and you can mark the map once you have a free second here. If these guys would just get off me, they're coming from everywhere. Hey, yo, you, die. Thank you. Good Lord, it's like one tap, two tap. Have you guys noticed the knock players just, you can't seem to headshot them no matter what you do. Shoot them in the head relentlessly, and for whatever reason, they will not be knocked. But here's the map, guys. Notice the center of the circle happens to be boot camp. I am going to mark right there and check out the compass up at the top. You can see, uh-oh, guy ahead. Let's go ahead and eliminate him as well. Squad down, my friend. But notice the top, you've got the compass out, and that yellow mark is the location that you are going to run to. So all you have to do is put the white indicator arrow, which shows which direction you're looking. Just match that up with the mark and go ahead and take off running, and you're going to be at your destination before you know it. Now, as long as the yellow mark is on your screen, you see how it's on the far right in the northwest, you will kind of end up in the circle, but if it's off the screen like it is now, well, that's going to be trouble. You're heading the wrong direction. So if you guys want to keep track of the safe zone, where it is, and make sure that, you know, when you get distracted by an enemy player that you end up running the right direction, just keep an eye on that indicator and run towards it. Another tip for you here for marking is you can actually tap on the drops that have come down. This is something I've been doing for quite a while, but haven't really spoke of just yet. You can gauge the distance, right? And the distance away that the crate is, especially if it's on eye level with you, you're going to be able to find how far that is away, and then you can open your mini-map just like you just saw and mark the ground. Now we'll be able to keep track of these crates no matter where they are, so you don't have to worry about focusing on them, or if they go behind a hill or a ridge, you know exactly where they're going to be, even if you cannot see the smoke. Another big feature when you're running around trying to mark is marking gear and loot for your teammates. There's the traditional method of saying that you have supplies by opening up your team communications and then saying that you have supplies by pointing your cursor at it and then popping that up on your screen. Now, this little bubble does pop up, and unfortunately, if your teammate is quite a ways away, oftentimes that bubble is going to wear off before they arrive on scene and are able to find the loot. So in the case of this scenario, we can actually clear our mark and click the mini-map and say, mark my position, and that is going to drop the marker permanently on the map, and you'll be able to see that yellow mark right there, 20 meters away, and a guy has just decided to, come up behind us. So we'll finish him off with that QBU. We got some action across the way here, and again, we're just gonna go ahead and, fire some laser beams with the QBU, and Patuan not able to escape. Let's get that finish on him as well. What I want to do is actually take out this guy, and then I believe he had some help over there as well. We'll grab that next kill, and we'll go loot up these bodies, and we're going to show you guys in practice what it looks like to get the loot, and then come back to a position that's marked on the map, and I'll show you guys exactly how to navigate there as well. Come on now. One more. There we go. Got him in the back. All right, so heading across the street, we've got ourselves some loot to go pick up. But again, guys, we get further and further away from the mark. And at this point, I don't remember where that level 3 vest was. I've been engaged for a few seconds here. I don't remember exactly where it was, and I don't want to have to remember that information for my teammates as he runs in from, say, another part of the world, another city entirely maybe, where he was looting up. Now he's going to come into the city and he won't have to have you ask a question, or he won't have to ask a question of you, like, where's this vest or where's this loot? You'll just know because it's on the map. As you can see at the top of the screen, yellow marker right in the center of the compass there, 120 meters out. We're just going to run towards that mark and it's going to take us directly to that level 3 vest. So again, you don't need to pay attention to where that is. Simply open your map, hit mark my location, and it will pop up a little indicator that you can run straight towards. The only thing that you might need to remember is telling your teammates, hey, I'm going to mark this position on the map. It's on the first floor of whatever building, or the second floor, or the third floor. So you might need to know the level of the floor you're on, but you don't necessarily need to tell them how to get to the building. That should be self-explanatory. Another key feature that you can use the marks for is gauging distance. And something to note is I'm going to stand 500 meters out from a mark right now, and I'm going to run directly at it, starting at 20 seconds, and then multiply the distance covered by 3 to get my meters per second. You're going to find here that this guy can run in 20 seconds about 130 plus meters here. So that's going to give us a rough run speed of around 400 meters per minute. So you now know that it's going to take you 400 meters to run, or it's going to take you 1 minute to run 400 meters. One of my final tips for using marks is the most obvious one, which is marking destinations such as buildings and, just destinations in general. If you want to take a berm, you mark the berm. It's the most effective way to communicate with your team when you're trying to describe a location that may not be directly in front of your eyeballs. So in this situation, I want to mark the house that's above boot camp on the south side hill, and so I do. And when you're trying to get to these locations, all you have to do if you're in a squad, any member of the squad can see your mark. Every player has a color associated to their name. Mine here is yellow, and as you can see, the mark on the top of the screen is yellow. Now, if this were a blue player, it would be blue, orange would be orange, etc., etc. You get the idea. So, you run towards it, you close distance, again, you run it around 400 meters per minute, and eventually you arrive at the target. Sometimes, though, when arriving at the target, you find that the building is already occupied. You picked a good one on the map, but unfortunately somebody else picked it as well, and they might have gotten there before you. So what do? Well, you can stalk them like we're going to see here. We're going to wrap up this video with a fun little encounter. We can see the car outside of these buildings, and we also saw 2 people running through them. So we'll cut forward a little bit in time as I stalk them through the jungle in my ghillie suit. Right on their heels, I see one running off into the distance. We shoot him, but we also get shot at the same time. We see his buddy there lean peeking me. And that's the first of many shots to come. Watch out, the AWM is in Powerbank's hands. Have a second squad sneak up behind me, and we take him down. This is going to be a fun little encounter. We're going to have 4 different squads take part in this engagement here, and this gets pretty interesting pretty quickly. So 2 squads in the front of us knocked. We've got 1 that is knocked and finished behind us. That is another squad, so I'm worried about people coming up the hillside, but I've got snipers basically training in on me as we finished off another one there, knocking him to the ground. Now, he still hasn't been finished. We know he's got a couple of teammates there. We've got to try to get better position to get away from these guys coming up the hill. Daring this guy to peek. I know he's back there picking up his buddy. There's at least 2 at this rock. Not sure where their third is. There he is. Right as I shoot, he just disappears. Here comes the smoke. You can tell they're going to try to get out of there. I see him move to the left. There he goes. And I'm going to try to get an angle on him and run down the hill a little bit to make sure he cannot escape and get the flank on me. So I hear somebody running up the hill. We light him up. He decides not to jump further up the hill. I'm getting shot in the back. We finish him off with a headshot. Now he's knocked, and we're getting shot at the same time. So we're sandwiched between 2 squads right here, and this is obviously not ideal. Another set of footsteps behind me, going for the revive here. We get the knock on UC and focus our attention back on this other squad pinning us down. We got one guy prone right there. Now we've got grenades coming in from a third squad that's just beyond them to the northwest. There's the M24 from the side, and we see right there a ghillie suit proning on the ground. We get one shot on there, and we don't get the second one before he's behind, but we do get a shot on him. Another peek from the middle squad, and we get a second knock on Web Venu, and he is down with the AWM once again. So now I'm concerned that I've got a squad behind me, a squad in front of me, and a squad beyond them, all of whom seem to have snipers and just really don't like me that much. So we get another kill there. UC behind us goes down, and we need to push in now. I'm going to try to get to their position so I can grenade those knocks. And of course, a little bit of risky here. He hits me in the side with the sniper rifle. We dodge the second shot. We've made it to a new position. And there's the grenades. Trying to pin these guys down. And you're going to hear a fourth squad roll up in just a moment. Using our med kit here, we're going to get fully boosted or fully healthed up. Here's the car, and it crashes the squad in the middle. Hellfire breaks out, and I'm going to go ahead and focus the back squad now since I know the front one is busy. That grenade, or that vehicle blew up, and all of a sudden this guy disappears. Now that's a headshot. I don't care who you are. That was a direct headshot on the ghillie suit guy, and it didn't give it to me. So we're not going to be able to get him, but we do pick off another couple people from the back squad, and we see the front squad right there in the grass. Boom, Web Venu with the third knock, and that one is a finish. Middle squad down. So the squad behind me hasn't bothered me too much lately. But I do know there's one more probably that is going to be coming up behind me at some point here. I hear a footstep, and look at this. Are you kidding me? He's just crouched back there. He's watching. He goes prone, and I don't know if he had seen me yet due to the ghillie suit, but it's hard to imagine that he didn't. I don't know if he was just trying to prone out and be patient or what, because I already just murked a few of his friends, and yeah, that is that. So now it's back to trying to locate middle squad. Middle squad's down. Trying to locate anybody that pushed up to those rocks. There was a guy trying to revive down there, so lost track of him a little bit. Great nade. And here I see them start to push up, and I go to shoot, and my button didn't fire for whatever reason. So it's like, okay, fine. So we get one off, and we've got incoming shots now from an SKS. Not great. Where is he? We see him at the top right of the screen, very far up there outside the scope. But again, 8 times obstructing it for the most part. He gets one off on me, not real clean, and I see another guy pushing, and that also looked like a hit, but maybe slightly behind him. And I see another guy pushing up as well. This one right here I wanted back because he goes to loot, and watch, he ducks underneath my shot on the third dip down there. Gotta love that auto feature. We land a follow-up shot on him. And now we've got 3 people at that rock that I know are there, and they're going to be holding me down. So here comes the SKS shots holding me down. I smoke it off, and as I smoke, I can hear the footsteps pushing. So I take out Malakas. No more time for this guy. Couldn't really get a good shot off. And down we go. We get the finish. And the zone is pushing us. Look at our health. We have less than half health. And I know I've got to go out in the open and just win the gunfight here. There it is. Headshot and a follow-up finish there. We got a knock, and Asni is down. Here we go running in, and we know this other guy's got to come to the zone. There's the footsteps. Here's player number 4. Booyah. That is going to do it. Multiple squads down. Pubg emerges victorious. Guys, I'm going to stop it here. Hopefully you enjoyed the tips on the mark. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.